The search for COSTA'S next diamond has been like no other.
What has been most challenging is the fact that your best is never his best.
Hundreds of applications narrowed down to 20 individuals, each unique in their own way, battling it out to stay on top and be the next diamond.
Guys, it's a competition. I know for sure that someone would definitely throw me under the bus if they were given an opportunity. So yeah, I'm gonna throw you under the bus because I want to win it too.
If I were eliminated, I think that I would go with Innocent. Sorry, Innocent.
I'm a very big observer, so I've been observing a lot of things, people building alliances.
Not an easy road because 10 have so far fallen. What now? What is left? This is the Diamonds TV Presenter Search. Ladies and gentlemen, your Diamond TV Presenter Search Top 10. Cosmas Chongo, Grace Sikanda, Innocent Chapewa, George Piri, Kotzo Tembo, Oppa Banda, Nova Amandla, Hope Luwumbe, Agnes Walia, and Talasha Mwansa. With only a couple of weeks to go, who will be the next diamond?
Welcome back, contestants. Last week was interesting because we looked at aspects of going into doing some field work, and we were looking for your creativity around storytelling. There was 12 of you, 2 unfortunately had to leave, and now there's only 10, and the competition can only get stiffer and harder. This week's challenge is all about the Megamind. We are living in a media world where content is king. And for somebody to come onto your platform, be it an online channel, a TV station, or even a podcast, they are looking for creative content. So how you design, create your content and tell stories is extremely important. This week, your mentor is a very good friend of mine who started her media business, or rather her media experiences 20 years ago. Her name is Yoko Shawa. Yoko is a media and marketing professional as well as a consultant. She is a writer, a creative, but also a journalist. Yoko, these are our final top 10 contending for the ultimate prize of the Diamond TV Presenter Search. Creative and talented young men and women who I believe you will enjoy talking to today.
Thank you for having me.
A big hand for Yoko, and I hope you interact and enjoy your mentoring session. Thank you.
Still to come on the Diamond TV Presenter Search.
My assessment, Oppa, does this blow me away? Is this a Megamind concept?
week's challenge is dubbed Megamind. The contestants have to come up with an engaging digital show. They will have to pull out all the stops on this one.
So the task for the week was creativity. It was supposed to come up with a 5-minute creative show. So my concept was I created a show that was specifically talking about creatives. So that was focusing on creatives, and then I added a twist to it with a but. That follows some of the challenges or the various processes they have to go through to come up with different kinds of creative projects. For example, music, writing, graphic designing, poetry, and so much more.
So my idea for the task is coming up with a movie production version of the current ongoing DPS search. I realized that, so from the talk that we were given by Yoko, she did elaborate that we were supposed to think of things that aren't really on TV, and we needed to find a gap and fill it, which is what I did.
What I did today was come up with a creative show that talks about the latest trends, what's happening, but in a way that makes it more open for everyone in every age group to find out or get to know and informed about the latest trends and current news. Yeah.
What was hard or what was easy? I think what I found helpful, I wouldn't say easy, was everything that I had planned was moving according to plan. What was hard was creating the idea. I had the writer's block for like almost close to 2 hours. So yeah, I just hope whatever I've come up with is gonna be what Costa wants, because otherwise, guys.
First up in the presentation room is Zian.
This week's challenge is all about creativity. It's one thing I've been preaching through this entire show. You were tasked to come up with the most creative piece in this competition. Tell me more about your presentation.
Okay, so I'd like to hand you over this.
Last week, she did not get great feedback. Well, she's back again this week.
Is this show curated for social media or it's created for TV?
It is a show that is created for TV. And under the same money, when I was talking about how it can make money for the show, I said it's a show that is created for TV, but could also be placed in social media. Given the agenda that the Diamond TV is trying to bring about, to say they want to digitalize TV programs. So it's something that's going to be ideal for television and would be ideal for social media as well. And it's a travel show, so it could make money through like travel agencies and the like.
Thanks, Zian. Let's watch it.
Where the township North Mid stands today was the great Soli village called Bujimfumu, derived from the phrase Bujimfumu Wakashimisha Mulilo. This village had its graveyards up in the hills where the great Manda Hill Mall stands today. My name is Yan SZ. Welcome to Mbili Zangoma, a show where we bring to you exciting tales behind famous places in Zambia. And today we will be uncovering the story behind the Graveyard Mall. Manda Hill, a high-staked mall covering 43,000 square meters of land that offers a wide range of purchases by consumers from food to clothes. However, you will be shocked to find out what happened during its construction. During the 1990s, government released land to construct the first mega mall in Zambia. A royal dynasty and Zambia's Heritage Commission began wrangling over the latter leasing of the barrier site of Malusaka for the construction of an exhibition center. Chieftain Komesha Mukamba II, ruler of the Soli-speaking people at that time, rejected government-run National Heritage Conservation Commission (NHCC's) lease of the land. The Solis claimed the land at which the mall was leased for was covered by the barrier site of the late headman. Even the surrounding areas, including the National Assembly and a classy residential suburb, were situated.
A dynamic piece of work there. But what does Costa have to say?
There's a bit of good and a bit of bad, and I'll give you that feedback. You went outside of your comfort zone. I appreciate the depth of research that has gone into this. This is far much better than the Gabon disaster piece, because your research information was all over. The fact that you're able to piece this and narrate it properly is far much better than the disaster of the Gabon disaster. Good luck.
Good start. Zian has done a decent job with her piece, and Costa is happy with it. Oppa failed to retain her best presentation title last week. She instead produced a piece that was lacking in a number of aspects. Will she do better this week?
What would you tell me is the most striking and creative element of what we're about to see?
Well, you're actually going to hear a piece of poetry. It's a visualized piece of poetry that is going to capture your mind, Mr. Mwansa. I can guarantee you of that. I also have a guest, a poet, who's going to share with us his experience, how his experience has been in the industry.
Let's watch.
Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of The Art Pot, a show that brings to you everything to do with art, from music, dance, photography, film, fashion, poetry, name it. We have it all on this show. And tonight, I have a very interesting show lined up for you because we have poetry cooking in the pot. Poetry is a very interesting form of art that actually brings words to life. It is a form of art that awakens a concentrative, imaginative awareness of experience or a specific emotional awareness through language specifically chosen for its actions. For poetry lovers and writers, it is not only about putting words together and coming up with a piece. It is actually the story behind that piece of poetry. The story that it tells is what really matters to the writers and the lovers of poetry. But hey, maybe my explaining is not really getting to you, so why don't we watch this next piece of poetry that is going to explain to you exactly what I mean when I say poetry is the mother of all languages.
Let me tell you about Zambia, a country down south in the once black continent, steward of the Big Five and one of the 7 wonders of the world.
A hint of poetry in Oppa's presentation. What do the judges think?
My assessment, Oppa, does this blow me away? Is this a Megamind concept? No, it's not. There's nothing more I've seen today than what you've already given me. Let's see what the others have. Good luck.
A couple of things that have backfired with Oppa's presentation. 2 strikes in 2 weeks. The last time we saw Kotzo, she got some heat for not delivering in a task that Costa feels she is most suited for. How will she fare in this week's challenge?
Kotzo, my question is, this challenge being about creativity and Megamind, what in your piece will blow me away? What makes it different from what's already existing?
What makes it different from what's already existing is the fact that it will be the first of its kind to run as a TV show on Diamond TV as well as the Zambian scenery.
Let's watch and see.
Lights, camera, action. Hello, Zambia. Are you a creative who is passionate about script writing, videography, film production, and everything else that pertains to movies and series? Diamond TV's brand new show, The Scribe, is exactly for you, and we want you on board. Now, the catch is that you need to record a 10-minute clip of basically anything that you can come up with. We need you to come up with a team of script writers, videographers, editors, graphic designers, and come on board and join in on the competition. A link will be provided, of course, for you to send your video submissions, which will be viewed and judged by unnamed people who we will not disclose, but you will eventually meet should you be selected. So I suggest you bring your A game. This isn't any other ordinary show. This is the show to be on, because not only are we trying to get a perspective into your creative abilities, but we want to know what you want the Zambian population to know about. So please do send in your submissions and we will look forward to seeing you.
Good execution. What do the judges have to say?
I get the concept of what you're trying to propose as a show, but I say you took yourself to a cliff, or you hang yourself on what they call a cliffhanger, because you really couldn't show what you imagined in the short space of time, and all you did was give me a call to action, and there was no creativity there except some presentation by you. So probably a good concept, but for a wrong time frame, and that puts you in danger this week. But good luck.
Last week's winner, Talasha, is next. No one has been able to retain their title 2 weeks in a row. Talasha has an opportunity to do so.
Within the time frame I was given, I believe I came up with a decent idea, fairly strong idea that was true to myself, but I think it will be also fun.
What is the idea?
The show is called The Better's Dilemma.
The what?
The Better's Dilemma.
The Better's Dilemma.
Yeah, like betting, now Better's Dilemma.
Okay.
And then I had 2 people in the audience, 2 people as my guests, contestants rather, and I just made them, it's a twist on the ultimatum game, which is it's just a twist on the ultimatum game. I just hope I executed it as well as I imagined it in my head.
I hope you executed it better than you've explained it, but let's see.
Excuse me for that. This is The Better's Dilemma on Diamond TV. This show will bring you real life events that have happened in history that I hope you haven't seen. So my researchers are going to find those matches you've forgotten about, those boxing matches, those soccer matches that you might have forgotten about, and make you see them in a different way and see what options bettors had when they were choosing to bet on a certain team or in a certain outcome of an event. Welcome to The Better's Dilemma. With me today, I have 2 guests. One is Oppa, and who do I have here? Cosmas, long time no see. We're looking at a match in history, a match that was actually played in the 2010 Africa Cup of Nations. I won't reveal to you, my guests, which teams are actually playing, because I want you to just pray that your team actually comes out first without actually knowing the backgrounds for the team. So do pick which teams you're picking out of my hand. Cosmas has Team A, Oppa has Team B. Are you happy with the cards that you've picked? Life has dealt you with these cards?
Yes.
You just have to be. Let's just wait and see what the match was all about. Shall we watch it?
This is the 2010 World Africa Cup, the one that was in Angola, isn't it?
2010.
2010. 2010 was in Angola, yeah.
So what are you asking them here to guess the team?
I'm asking them how they're feeling about their team. So Team A is the first one and Team B is the second one.
This piece will need some further explanation. Innocent has had 2 strikes in the past 2 weeks. He needs to do better in this week's challenge.
No, it's fine. We can watch. I've read through. It's fine.
Welcome to Can You Keep Up with me, your host, Innocent Chapewa. Now, on today's episode, we are going to have an interaction with 2 first-year medical students and see what they know about monkeypox. Now, monkeypox is a disease that has been there for the longest period of time, but has come to light after decades of inactivity in the 2022 era. Today, we see if these first-year students know more about monkeypox than your host. Stay tuned and get to know what they have to say about monkeypox.
Hi, I'm Stanley Mbewe, and I'm a first-year medical student at the University of Zambia.
Hello, my name is Malumbo Mukamanga, and I'm a first-year medical student at UNZA.
How would you describe monkeypox?
Monkeypox is part of the orthopox virus.
Well, monkeypox, the way I understand monkeypox is that it's a disease that came about from the central part of Africa and western side of it. It's similar to chickenpox or smallpox, but there's a difference between it.
Interesting concept. What do the judges think?
So such format is not new. The execution is very wrong. First of all, you don't go out asking people randomly opinionated questions and on a specific topic which has an answer. Either you should have framed it in a way that it's shorter, or it's got multiple choice, or you're giving them trivia or tricky things to say. Then it's also fun, but people can learn and you've got the right answer. I'm sure you've even seen on social media where a person will go randomly, how do you pronounce this word? Who can pronounce this word properly? Or for example, you could have gone to just say, how do you say it? Monkey, monkey. How do you say it? Monkey, monkey. Tomato, tomato. And at the end of the day, maybe you can give us either it's correct to say tomato or tomato or monkey, monkey, or the other one is just, such a thing is very simple because This one will say, I say monkey, the other one says monkey, but at the end of the day, you can give us a correct pronunciation and then throw in the monkey pox at the end of the day.
Costa feels Innocent keeps playing it safe in his tasks. Not impressive. Something that may cost him. Nova had the most heated and brief feedback session last week, and now she is back to face Costa and Jonah.
So basically, you will see an introduction, one episode introduction to the show, which has a person, a guest by the name of Nancy Kiri, who wants to reunite with her father because she last saw him when she was 16, and they had a fight because she got pregnant. So it's just an introduction episode to just give an idea of the direction.
Okay.
They say that blood is thicker than water, and for some people, it is so thick that they want to reunite with their family. Now, as easy as that may sound, it may not be the case with everybody else. On Tizivane, the first ever reality show that helps you relocate with your family or your loved one, we speak to Nancy, who submitted a video that touched all of us. Nancy is a 26-year-old mother who wants to reunite with her father because she last saw him when she was 16. Did you know? Nancy got kicked out. Now we're meeting Nancy to find out what really happened. So come with me. Nancy, thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad that, you know, we actually getting to do this.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for accepting my request.
Wow. I was so touched, honestly, when you sent in the video, and I was just like, she's so strong. How's it been like for you? You said that your dad chased you out of the house when you were 16.
Yes, so
Interesting use of Kotzo as a dummy in this presentation. Let's see what Costa thinks about this.
Again, I keep on saying the assignment this week is probably the apex of the whole competition. Creativity, 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 creativity. I cannot emphasize that. But if you're going to give me a dummy, that's what you've done. Because Nancy is Kotzo, who is your fellow competitor. So already it shows me that you're doing a dummy. And if you're going to do a dummy or an enactment of something, go all out, go limitless with your creativity. Because if the person telling this purported story is a dummy, I don't see any reason why we couldn't have found a dummy father.
No idea there is what Costa feels, stating once again that Nova is playing it safe. Next up is George. Not so good feedback last week. How will this week work out for him?
Let's watch.
Mended brokenness, guaranteed redemption, exercised forgiveness, dined with and loved sinners till death. The uneducated he educated by virtue of his influence, the stench-filled, filthy and unworthy he cleansed with fire, and the spirits he did not care what one wore. As deep as the world goes, deep within their hearts, he saw. Hi, my name is George Samuel Piri, and that is an original piece coming from a creative called Sammy, which happens to be me, by the way. So welcome to I Am a Creative, but this is the only show that focuses on creatives' journeys in the world, in Zambia, and completely beyond. We hopefully will get to Mars really soon. So you might be wondering why I am on a bus. Well, creatives are always on the move, and this is why we are on this bus as our set, and we are having an amazing time today with two amazing creatives by the name of Exploit Mtale and Lumbani Banda, as they share their journey in regards to consistency and the worldview of creatives. So stay tuned even as we get into it. Welcome back, and this is I Am a Creative, but on Diamond Media. And as I mentioned, I am joined by Lumbani Banda as well as Exploits Mtale. How are you doing, guys?
I'm doing very well, bro. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm all good, bro. Yourself?
I am very fine. All right, so we quickly...
Creatives on the move. A fun concept. What do the judges think?
I don't know. You know, the thing about a creative idea is you don't second guess it. When you see it, it blows your mind, and that's it. You buy into it. I haven't bought into it.
Hope last week came up with a good story for a task. Will she get the creative juices flowing this week as well?
So it's a game show.
Oh, it's a game show?
Yeah. It's
okay.
who knows most and
rewards that person.
Let's see.
Good afternoon, Mulibwanji, Mudishani, Muliwuti, and thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of I'm a Zambian. We'll be asking our guests in the studio today a few questions just to find out how much they know, but you can also take part in that challenge. Tell us how much you know. We just want to find out how much we as youths know our Zambian tradition and culture. So in the studio, I have Chimwemwe and Mabin joining me. I was supposed to have been joined by Mary. Hopefully she can come through soon. That we'll be asking a few questions and just getting to find out how much they know about their Zambian tradition and culture. Good afternoon and welcome to the program, Mabin.
I'm here.
Yes, please. I'm saying just kindly tell us your full names and which part of Zambia you come from. Or what tribe are you?
I can't get you clearly.
And can you kindly tell us your name and where you come from, which part of Zambia you come from?
Okay, my name is, are you able to get me?
Yes, we can.
How did the judges feel about Hope's presentation?
Incomplete idea. Far from a game show. For me, that's just probably a lunchtime chat. It's Madiva probably I'm watching, and some caller calls in from Petauke or Petauke, and you're asking them about their chief, and probably some hampers in the studio somewhere, and yeah, that's not a game show. Good luck, Hope.
Last week, Cosmas was incoherent in his execution. Time to see what he gives this week.
A lot of people have jobs that are not really recognized. Talk of, it actually goes as low as a maid. Not many people have talked, or not anyone has talked about a maid on TV, what work goes on, bringing them to talk about what work goes on in their field. So my show is basically designed to bring people who are not really recognized and appreciated, to bring them to my show and express gratitude to them, because once a skill is appreciated, that skill is motivated. Once we appreciate their work, we give them motivation to do more and to also do their work out of love and know that they are recognized.
So what we're about to see, is this a profile or is it an interview? Let's watch.
Now, we always see people who are in front of cameras, like I am right now, but little do we appreciate the people who are behind the cameras. Now, today at this moment, I am joined by the director of the Diamond Media production crew, who is Mr. Landilani Banda, who's going to tell us more on production and what goes on behind the cameras. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Pleasure is mine.
Sure, but I would love to know how much work goes on in production.
A good-looking show, but what does Costa think?
All I've seen is a sit-down and an interview. That's why Jonah says you really played it safe. And there's nothing different that I'm seeing from what you've already presented before. At the end of the day, the only thing I get from this piece is to judge you on how well you can speak, present, and read. The idea is zero.
Cosmas joins Nova in receiving the comment of not having an idea in their shows. This is definitely not good for either one. Grace could have done a little more to make her package last week interesting. What does she have planned this week?
Sorry, I know there's information out there on social media, YouTube, you could download free ebooks, or in different spheres of the digital space you could venture in. But I wanted to bring all of this information a little bit closer by creating a show on Diamond Media where I get to talk about how we could use technological advancement to our advantage. And on this specific episode of a show I call Smart Talk, I get to give out tips on how one could possibly pursue a career as an Instagram influencer and in the long run start earning money from it.
Let's watch.
The days of the stifling office cubicle seem to thankfully be on the way out, as we cast old ideas aside to leave room for new and refreshed approaches in the way that we work. A sense of innovation and creativity more readily becomes the new norm. It might be hard to break free from the old ways of doing things and allow this newfound creativity to truly flourish, and that's why I am here. If you're used to playing it safe, trust me when I say that adding creativity to the mixture will not only make your work more productive, but it will make work feel less of a stress and become more rewarding. My name is Grace Namakausikanda, and this is Smart Talk, a show where we get to talk about how you could use technological advancement to your advantage. And on today's show, we'll be talking about how you can actually become a social media influencer and earn some pretty good cash from it. Anyway, chapiamo.
A colorful presentation. Do the judges feel the same way?
Again, I'm indifferent, Grace, but overall, and I'm looking at over the past few weeks, I feel like, Grace, you're one of the contestants that's been really playing it safe. I think that you don't use your potential. You don't maximize on what you know. You don't maximize on the talent that you have. You always just, just a bit of it is what you push forward. And that's not very good, especially for a competition like this.
After the break, elimination. Before the break, the contestants presented their work and got some feedback from Costa. It is now time to meet Costa for elimination.
What I think has lengthened my stay in the competition is just always going back to the drawing board after I receive feedback from CVO. That's something that I have tried to do after every feedback that I receive.
Over the last 9 weeks, contestants, you have been told one thing, and that is to be creative. That is the hallmark of any successful production, the creativity of it. This week you had to create a Megamind idea. In fact, you were told to create the best, your life's best work, the best idea you've ever come up with. And truly, a lot of the assignments, all the assignments today fall short of that. Creativity is about thinking outside the box. Creativity doesn't need convincing. Once the idea is good, whoever is watching will buy into it. There's a long way to go for a lot of you to attain this level of creativity, but unfortunately, you were falling short of the expectation today.
Zian, kindly step up. Step up. For the second time in a row, not that your work was the best, Zian. Out of 10, I can give you 6. But this is the only concept that we saw that you removed yourself out of the comfort zone better than the Gabon disaster piece, which was a disaster. But at least you went into telling us a story about Manda Hill, the grave. We know that Manda in our local language means definitely grave. And the fact that you went ahead to narrate and execute it properly. Though there were so many things, like I said, that were missing in terms of the creativity around the location, but your presentation of the work is what blew me out. Your paper presentation, the monetization aspect, the archetype bringing out, and the flow and the sequence of the documentary, at least one could nudge onto something. Congratulations and well done. You may step back, Zian. Talasha, kindly step up. You obviously do understand why you're up for elimination.
The reason I was placed on the chopping block today, I think, yes, it was justified in them putting me there, because I failed, especially when they gave me the opportunity to explain what I talked about, explain what I presented on. I feel like I did myself an injustice in the sense that my explanation really just bewildered them and confused them and just made it difficult for them to understand the presentation. So I did myself dirty in that sense. So if I just did like a better explanation for them, maybe they would have understood my thing better. But like I confused them. My show is called The Better's Dilemma, and I think actually one of the contestants was like, this girl Oppa, she was like, you put them in a dilemma. Anyway, yeah, I confused them, so it was justified in them putting me on the chopping block.
Innocent, step up. Hope, kindly step up. And finally, Kotzo. Talasha, so much has been said today. Rescue yourself.
I believe over the weeks, my biggest enemy is my lack of communication. I think I have the ideas. I am creative. I know I am. The only problem is, I think it's just lack of communication. Just taking what's in my mind and making it into bite-sized pieces. If I can just break that down and definitely spend more time in doing it, I think I'd be a valuable addition to the Diamond media.
Do you feel you're more of a presenter or a thinker? Where's your strength?
Looking back at my life, I've definitely, what people see, at least on paper, is that I'm a thinker, because they see results. But I have had a few episodes where I'm a good presenter if I'm not living in my head and I get out of it.
So you're a good presenter sometimes and sometimes not?
I'm not the one who can judge.
Innocent, you are the only man up for elimination today that doesn't save you. But rescue yourself. You were up for elimination last week as well. So you're back for the second time. Why should we keep you on the competition?
Mr. Monsa, the fact that I've made it to the top 10 is a sign that I am equipped and fully ready for the task. My nonchalant state as of the past tasks that have been given does not fully show my capabilities as a presenter, as a thinker, and as a valuable asset of the Diamond family. I believe that if you keep me, you will see more of me, and you will see to what extent my presenting and every other skill that I possess can go up to.
Kotzo, you've got experience in the media. You've been an anchor, you've worked around the media. You deliberately decided to misunderstand this assignment, or what? What's going on?
Sir, I did not deliberately choose to misunderstand the assignment. I chose to think outside the box. I chose to be creative. You stated you needed more than just a presenter, and I decided to show that I can be both a producer and a presenter. The show that came to mind was something that I realized has never happened in the case of Zambian history with regards to entertainment, and I figured it would be a very good vision for Diamond TV and Diamond Media to produce than the already given shows, than the already repeated segments that have been presented.
You give quite a very convincing plea in contrast with what you presented. But mind you, this is the second time from last week you're coming up for elimination. That does not give a very good showing. Hope, give us your plea as to why you deserve to stay and 3 people have to go home.
Well, firstly, with regards to this week's challenge, I recognize, firstly, I did not know that I could do a retake and maybe take something that had proper network. I thought that was the only chance.
At this stage, we've not mentioned this. At this stage, you're recording, you do not know that we can have a retake?
No, I did not know, sir. I thought that was the only chance that I had. But I recognize this is a similar mistake that I made even the previous time during our social media challenges. I thought some things, I overlooked some things, not recognizing that every part of a production is very important, even the list of things. So I would learn to take everything into consideration and not overlook anything going forward. And like you said, if I should stay in the competition, I'll try to explore more of me and step out of my comfort zone, because I know there's much that I can offer other than to what I do. So I'll step out of my comfort zone and bring out something new. So keep me so to see what else I have to offer, what else I can offer other than what I've shown.
At this stage of the competition, I did mention that things are getting more competitive. And I want you to start taking me more seriously. This is not an academy. This is a business, and we are in the business of entertaining people, but eyeballs mean everything. The more numbers we get on our platforms, the more people watch us, is due to the creative aspect of what we give them. And if you cannot show us that, then definitely you do not belong to the Diamond TV family. There's 10 of you. 3 will be eliminated today. Innocent, I'm very sorry. You're a likable character, but your road in this competition ends now. Good luck and all the best.
How do I feel about the reasons of my elimination? Are they justified or not? I'd say it's a 50-50, because it's a 50 like as a yes, in that in all of my presentations I have given it my all. I've come out of my comfort zone and I've just like tried my hardest to like show Mr. Masa that I am the diamond he's looking for. And it's another 50. Actually, it's a 40. It's a 40 because the only thing that he talked of was my energy and the fact that it was supposed to be more than it was. Yeah.
Talasha, I have to send you away. Yes, like you said, you can sometimes be quite creative on the research side, poor on the presentation. I'm looking for both. I do agree you're a very strong researcher with a biasness towards your actual science that you're studying, and obviously the fact that you love numbers. But I cannot have a presenter that strictly skews to numbers. I wish you the best, but your journey ends here. Thank you.
Did I expect to fall out of the competition at this stage? Okay, so I made it into top 10. Definitely exciting. Over 300 people auditioned, over 1,000 signed up, so that's exciting. Though I wouldn't say I expected it and said, oh, I'm coming today to get eliminated. I didn't think of it like that. But then there's a Bemba saying which says, I'm Bemba. If you're not Zambian, it's a tribe in Zambia, in the northern part. Yeah, fun fact. Anyway, yeah, it says, which is basically a person who doesn't fear death is a person who's married to fear. Anyway, yeah, so I was expecting it maybe like 1% of me, but I don't necessarily think I'm a lucky person or a person, yeah, so and I think I'm good. I mean, would I come here if I didn't think I was good?
Hope, tell me why Kotzo has to go home.
No reason, sir.
That's your best plea? Kotzo, tell me why Hope has to go home.
This is a competition, sir. You need us to prove our skills and ability, our creativity, our thinking outside of the box, and our originality. I feel if I had to watch her presentation, my creative idea would rank higher than hers, and it has the potential to bring the numbers that you need. It has the originality that you require, and it has the uniqueness that no TV production has ever had before, which Diamond TV can bring to the screens of Zambians all over, and the world internationally as well.
Hope, business and life teaches me that sometimes you need to be cutthroat, that sometimes you need to step up for yourself and grab aggressively that which you believe is yours. Kotzo has just done that for herself. And you want to play all nice? This is a competition. So why should she be going home?
Well, she should go home because she said her idea was better than mine when she did not what, so I couldn't react to her idea because I do not know what she offered. So based on that, I feel she did not give a valid reason. If she were to give a good reason, then yes.
Do you think you're better than her?
Based on the presentations we gave all over.
I did not get you clear?
Am I better based on today's presentation, this week's presentation, or overall?
Hope, are you better than Kotzo?
Yes, I am, sir.
Kotzo, what attributes do you think you hold better than Hope?
I have had experience in the media. Over the couple of weeks that we have been meeting with the mentors, I have gotten a sense of what Diamond TV needs. I am creative, I am driven, I am very passionate about this, and I feel that should I continue in this competition, I will continue to bring that out. I will continue to drive towards the vision that you seek as the CBO of Diamond TV, and with regards to everything that is required of a presenter.
Kotzo, unfortunately for you, the stakes or the expectations from myself and Jonah are so high with the fact that you've got experience in media. If you're to continue on this competition, I expect to see more of that. You must step back. Hope, unfortunately, this is not your first time to enter the presenter search competition. And obviously you were hoping that this time around you could have won it. But the dynamics this year and this season have changed. You have to go through rigorous tasks and prove yourself in different facets and show your capabilities. 9 weeks down the line, you've fallen short. I'm very sorry, Hope, but I'm sending you home. All the best.
How do I feel that Kotzo was picked over me? I feel she gave a more convincing reason. I mean, we were given an equal chance. I could have given better reasons as to why I should have been kept. And I think one thing that he keeps saying amongst most of the things that he says here is he wants someone that is hungry for it. And perhaps my failure to give a good enough reason as to why I should have stayed may have brought it out that I wasn't hungry enough. And if I do not give someone the impression I'm hungry for something, they're not motivated to take me because they're not sure that, you know, I'm going to do more next time because I'm not giving them that vibe. So I feel it was a very fair decision, a very fair one. She put up a good defense and yeah, I did not.